Hey everybody, it's Jennifer Alyse with Equality TV, and you are watching Yes You Can, the show that encourages you to get out of your box and do something to change the world around you. And I'm glad to be back. I missed you last week. I was hiding. I was kind of undercover. I had kind of a tumultuous couple of weeks actually, and I just needed to kind of step out of the spotlight a little bit last Saturday and lay low a little bit. I was diagnosed with skin cancer, and it's right there under my eye. You can kind of see it. Yeah. All right. So anyway, pretty traumatic. Doctor said he didn't think that's what it was. That it didn't feel like it, didn't look like it, didn't have all the qualities that it should have, and then I got the call that, in fact, I do have it. And this is the mark just from the biopsy. And I just, it looks great right now. It's been 10 days since I've had the biopsy. So, I'm healing well, which is a good thing. And I'm happy to see that. And yet, I have to tell you, it's been a little bit traumatic. I just actually found out about 3 days ago that, in fact, I am unfortunately positive for the basal cell, and I need to get it taken out and all that good stuff. And while this is not traumatic in the end of the world, I'm real clear on that, it's still pretty upsetting. And so guys, I want to talk to you about bravery this week. And I'm finding myself in a position where I'm almost having to defend what I'm choosing to do within my process for dealing with this cancer and skin cancer. And so I think most people expected me to run right out and, talk to a doctor and get the Mohs surgery and, have it immediately taken care of by Western Med. And yet it just didn't feel right to me. I went through all the emotions you can imagine, lots of tears and all of that. And yet it just never felt right. It felt fear-driven. It felt reactive. And yet I know it's logical that I should, one, feel these things, but also that I should go the route of Western medicine. And I had a girlfriend say to me, Jen, before you do that, just look at some of these holistic approaches. And there was a whisper in my ear that came as soon as I saw the evidence as well as the research studies on the holistic route. And I'm really more of a holistic girl anyway, I juice every day, and I am a fruits and vegetable and fish eater pretty much only unless I have to go another route. And so I feel like a healthy person, and I haven't been in the sun, incidentally, in 15 years. I have not sunbathed since my 28th birthday. Yes, added up, 43. And so, it didn't make a lot of sense to me that this could even happen, first of all, but then to start thinking about going this route of surgery and cutting even more than we've already cut was scary to me. So when I saw this natural route and the research that was done by Johns Hopkins, I just thought, this is for me. This is the route I have to go. And the backlash I've received has been surprising, and while everybody supported me, no question, I can tell that it's not popular. Maybe that's the best way to say it. And I understand. I know that not everything that we all choose is popular. And I know that it's out of a place of love. All we know is Western meds and going the route of surgery. I get that. And I value it, by the way. But I don't want it for me. And so I've had to take some steps into some uncharted territory. And I've also had to go into a place that I'm not going to explain myself. If somebody wants to know where I've gotten my information from, I'll be happy to show them and tell them and let them do their own research and come to their own decisions. But I've really had to take some brave steps because my reaction is, in my gut, this is my life and this is my choice and you will, support me, but you can't go that route. People have to come to their own decisions. And I think we're seeing that on a lot of different fronts in our world right now, from Wendy Davis standing up with the Texas government the way she did to, the equality or marriage equality decisions that have come down and all of the people that have fought for it. I've been witnessing bravery around me at every turn, and I think we're turning into a very brave generation and a brave society where just because what we've always known has been accepted doesn't mean it's okay anymore. And I want you all to step out of what you've always known and what is safe and honestly, what is the accepted norm. Because if we're all standing within the accepted norm, something's wrong. Our job is to expand and to increase our awareness, not to just continue to blindly, like sheeple, accept what's always been accepted. And so as you move through your life and you start looking at things that are happening around you, I don't want you to question whether or not it's right or wrong, because that's not necessarily where I'm coming from. But I want you to decide whether it's right or wrong for you. And I want you to start standing in your truth. These are massive words, to stand in your truth. And I remember reading a quote by Martin Luther King that said that bravery is taking the next step even when you don't see the stair. And that's what I want you guys to be confident within. You know, I have friends of mine that are going through all sorts of different challenges in their life, from family drama that doesn't belong to them but is on their doorstep, literally, to a friend that just accepted a new job who found herself in the middle of a hostile takeover and she was on the side that was hostilely taking over. And I've got a son of actually the same friend who is going through his last 2 weeks in, Marine boot camp and being challenged with that. I've got family members who are ill. I've got friends that are getting out of relationships. I mean, I've got people that are really exercising their bravery all around me, not just in the media, but we're seeing it in our own lives. And I just want to encourage you to stand in your truth and to trust yourself and know that what is right for you is all that matters. It's not about what your parents might say. It's not about what your friends might say. It's not about even what your boss might say. It's about knowing that the choices you make are good ones for you. And so, guys, this week, I want you to find that truth, whatever it is. I also want you to allow other people to stand in theirs. I think we forget about that too at times. Not everybody is going to make the choices that we would make, and that's okay too. And we have to be tolerant and accepting and supportive of what they do. And support means that I support you and I love you. And it doesn't mean that I support you and love you and I say, but I wouldn't do it and then throw every single reason why at them. That's not always what people need. We need empathy, we need love, we need support. So remember to do that to other people as well. I'm not saying don't speak up. I'm just saying that trying to convince someone of your way is not always the best way either. And so, guys, thanks for hanging out this week, and I'm really glad to be back. And I'm a warrior, and I'm fighting, and I'm taking that step, even though I don't see the stair. And I should have my frankincense, which is what the Johns Hopkins study was all about that I'm following, and I should have that by Wednesday. So, my journey starts right now, and I'm going to do it bravely, and I'm going to do it courageously, and the fact is, I believe, and that's all that matters right now. So, thanks for coming in and spending a few minutes with me, and also I want to remind you that we've got the I'm Equality campaign that you're going to want to learn a little bit more about, where we're uniting people from all over the world. We've got multiple countries, multiple cities on board with award-winning photographers, and you got to find that information, I Am Equality, on Facebook, and you can also follow it on Equality TV on Twitter as well. And come be a part of something that's life-changing. We need you. We need you to stand up and unite from a place of love and acceptance. And also, little commercial here, don't forget to like and subscribe to Equality TV. And if you want to find me on Twitter, I'm at host Jenn Alyse. And you can also find me on email at jenniferalyse@ymail.com. So guys, that's it. Thanks for joining me. Yes, you can stand in your truth. Yes, you can be brave. And yes, you can move forward even though you can't see the next stair standing or sitting in front of you. Take the step and know that that bravery is going to lead you. All right, guys, thanks so much for hanging out. We'll see you next week. Love you. Bye.